Once there was, and once there was not, a crow. Now, Crow was one of those characters that whatever you told him, no matter if you knew he couldn't possibly know, he always said, I know. He also was very vain, so whenever he looked into his reflection in any puddle or pond, he would go, oh, look at me, I'm so handsome. Look at my shiny feathers and my orange beak and my coal black eyes, I'm quite a catch. So he's very, very pleased with himself, is Crow. Now one day he goes for a walk in the forest and he meets a mouse. And a mouse says, hello Crow, where are you going to today? And Crow says, I'm just off for a walk. And Mouse says, oh Crow, Crow, whatever you do, don't go down to the beach today because there's something really scary down there. And Crow says, I know. And he carries on walking until he sees a bright green tree frog. And the bright green tree frog says, hello Crow, where are you going to today? And Crow says, I'm just off for a walk. And the bright green tree frog says, oh Crow, Crow, whatever you do, don't go down to the beach today because there's something really, really dreadful down there. And Crow says, I know. And he walks on a little bit further until he sees a fox. And the fox says, hello Crow, where are you going to today? And Crow says, I'm just off for a walk. And the fox says, oh Crow, Crow, whatever you do, it's really important. Do not go down to the beach today because I've heard there's a really dreadful thing down there. And Crow says, I know. And he walks on a little bit further until he sees on a tree, on a great big branch, a massive snake. And Snake says to Crow, oh, Crow, Crow, it's super to see you here today. Where are you strolling off to? And Crow says, I'm just off for a walk. And Snake says, ah, Crow, Crow, I must tell you, it's especially important. Mustn't go down to the beach today because there's something really disgusting down there. And Crow says, I know. And he walks on a little bit further until he sees a great big brown bear. And the great big brown bear says, oh, Crow, Crow, where are you going to today? And Crow says, I'm just off for a walk. And the great big brown bear says, oh, Crow, Crow, haven't you heard? There's something horrible on the beach. Whatever you do, don't go there. And Crow says, I know. And he walks on a little bit further until he sees a monkey. And the monkey says to the Crow, oh, hello, Crow. Where are you going to today? And Crow says, I'm just off to the beach, if you must know. And Monkey says, oh, Crow, 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 whatever you do, don't go down to the beach. There's something really, really yucky down there. And Crow says, I know. Well, at last, Crow gets to the beach. And it's beautiful. The sea is as calm as glass and as blue as cornflowers. And the sand, it's as white as silver. And everything is still and everything looks fine. And Crow says, well, it all looks all right to me. I don't know what everybody was warning me about. I think I'll go for a paddle. And he just goes up to the edge of the water And just as he puts his toe in, there's a tower of angry seawater, and out of the tower of angry seawater, there comes a gigantic, orange and purple and spotty and very mean looking octopus. And the octopus looks down at the crow and says, "I must say you're awfully handsome." And Crow says, "I know." And then the octopus says, "Oh, Crow, Crow, do you know, I've heard stories about how wonderfully good looking you are, but nothing could have prepared me for this moment, standing in front of you like this on the beach under the beautiful silver full moon." And Crow says, "I know." And then the octopus says to the crow, "Oh, Crow, Crow, do you know what? You're so handsome, I think I'd like to put one of my arms around you." And Crow says, "I know." And so she does. She puts one of her long, slimy arms around the crow and looks at him and she says, "Crow, do you know what? I can't contain myself. I want to put all my arms around you." And Crow says, "I know." And so she does. And how many arms does an octopus have? Could you help me count? Slurp, 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 slurp. Now there are 8 very yucky octopus arms around the crow. An octopus looks at the crow and says, "Oh, Crow, Crow, do you know, now I have you in my arms, I think I'd like to hold you really tight." And Crow says, "I know." And so she does. She squeezes him really, really tight. Now Crow is getting really fed up. He's cold and he's hungry, and he looks up at the octopus. He says, "Oi," he says, "you, whatever your name is, what's to eat round here? I'm hungry." And the octopus says to the crow, "Oh, Crow, Crow, you are." And Crow says, "I know." And the octopus eats the crow all up, beak and feathers and wings, until the octopus is all gone. And that's the end of Crow. So just be very careful before you say, "I know." But is it the end of Crow? Because actually Crow tasted really disgusting. And the octopus started to cough. She felt very funny in her stomach. And she was, and when he was wriggling and funny, and eventually she spat him out onto the beach. And Crow got up. He felt wet and pretty rubbish. And he started to walk back through the forest. And as he walked back through the forest, his friend said, "So, Crow, how did it go down on the beach?" And octopus said, "Fine, absolutely." Crow said, "Absolutely fine, no problem, nothing to report, nothing, all perfectly normal." But he went home, and actually maybe Crow stopped always saying, whenever anybody told him anything, "I know."